we've got Bobby mill, so like in a lot of distilleries. So we've got from Porteus this mill with 4 rollers, and that we're using to process most of the time peaty malt. We do have sometimes some NPT that we process as well for some of the special releases that you can try, which are like the NPT Caol Ila. We do have 8 wooden washbacks and 2 stainless steel washbacks, and 6 stills, 3 wash stills and 3 spirit stills. To me, it means a lot. I mean, the Fèis is like the summum of what you can get like in whiskey events. So it's people from all over the world that come in here like to enjoy like the dram on Islay. It's a privilege and an honor to be contributing to this, to be an active part of this. I used to be here like to just enjoy like with the people, to just come and taste the dram, but to now like have the opportunity to share my passion with people, like, and get them to taste the different kind of aromas and like the wide range of flavors that we've got. Caol Ila is an absolute like pleasure. Well, it's never like 2 days are the same when you work in whiskey as a general rule, and when you work on Islay, there's always funny facts as well. So yeah, usually I'm lucky enough to live just up the hill there. So on a day like this, obviously I'm walking down. So it takes like, I'm living 500 meters from here. So I'm coming here like having the views of Jura, having the views of the sun of Islay. It's absolutely like fascinating. Every morning when you see that, you never get tired of this. So I would come here. Usually there's the distillery cat waiting for me every morning at 8, just making sure I'm on time. So she's a legend. She's just all over like Facebook. People are just fascinated by her. So she's the mascot of the distillery. And then first thing every morning with the review with the team, like the last 24 hours. So any health and safety, like anything that happened, and the production as well. And then just later on, I would have a meeting with the manager from Lagavulin, the manager from Porter and Maltings, and our line manager as well. So we would review performance for the last 24 hours. And then in the morning, in the afternoon, I would try to take a walk on the plant to have a look and see and smell. That's what we do. And so when you work in a place like this, you get really used to the smell, the noise, the sounds. So anytime there's something different, you pick it up. And it's quite fascinating though, because when you work with the operators here have a huge knowledge of the plant. So if you're sitting in the control room with them, like sometimes they're, what's that noise? And would tell me, well, that's the pump down there, and that's that part of the process, that's where it's making that noise. And I'm like, okay, they know exactly like how the plant operates, and any kind of noise or smell here, like they just know it by heart, so it's really good. And then every day you will see something different happening here. There's always a bit of excitement. You will see some otters through the window, you will see dolphins, seals. I mean, Caol Ila is just full of wildlife, and it's really, really exciting to work here. I came to Scotland 9 years ago. I wanted to change my studies. Well, I wanted to stop my studies and change like country, and I was really attracted by Scotland. I wanted to discover about the landscape and whiskey. And randomly I've been landing on Islay. I didn't really know Islay, the distilleries, the whiskey. And after like living 2 years here, I just fell in love with whiskey and got introduced to that, and just really was determined to, after that, take part of the adventure and be on the journey, like to go to work in distilleries. So I've started in Leven, working in a filling store on disgorging units, and then I worked in warehouses for a while as a cask handler. And then I started like a training to be site operations manager. So I worked at Linkwood, I worked at Glendalough, Mortlach, Talisker, Rose Isle, Glenelgin, and now I'm at Caol Ila. So it's been a long journey, but it has been a fantastic journey, and I've had an opportunity to work on great sites with great products and like meet a lot of really, really good people on the way. It's really mood related. So on a day like this, for example, I quite like a moch, so something quite like citrusy, quite fresh. But anything where you would have like some rejuvenated cask, like the Fèis that we've got this year, there's a kind of fresh spiciness in there that I really like. So I've got like quite a weakness maybe for the NPT like we had today. So the special releases that we got every year, I found it like absolutely fascinating. The Caol Ila 12 as an entry whiskey is as good as you can get. It's like a perfect introduction to the peaty world on Islay. It's just like a really complex, again, like whiskey for an entry whiskey. I find it really, really interesting. I really like it.